On this plate, we have a classic Ugandan lunch: steaming beef stew, posho, fresh beans, and a hot cup of tea. We know the basics of how this works. The posho gives us energy to move, while the beans and beef provide the protein to build our muscles. But inside these foods are tiny, invisible helpers called mineral elements. They don't provide energy, but they oversee almost every process that keeps us alive. Here is the strange part. Someone could eat a meal like this every single day and still suffer from severe malnutrition. This happens because many minerals are physically trapped inside the food. Just because we swallow them doesn't mean our bodies can actually pull them into our bloodstream. Eating mineral-rich food is only the first half of the process. The real goal is learning how to use the chemistry on your plate to release those minerals so your body can actually use them. Your body uses minerals in two different ways. Some are needed in bulk to build your frame, while others are needed in tiny amounts to keep systems running. Calcium is needed in larger amounts, providing structural strength for your leg bones and teeth. We get this bone-building material from local sources like mukene. Eating these small fish whole means consuming calcium directly from their tiny bones. Other minerals, like iron, are only needed in small pinches. Iron is used to create hemoglobin, allowing red blood cells to carry oxygen through your heart and lungs. To get enough iron, we look to red meat. These powerful Ankole cattle are a primary source of the beef that keeps our blood healthy. Whether needed in large amounts or tiny specks, missing these minerals can cause our bones to weaken and our blood to lose its strength. The problem is many favorite foods contain natural blockers. These substances physically grab onto minerals and stop them from being absorbed. One major blocker is phytic acid, found in the outer layers of beans. This acid acts like a chemical trap, clamping down on minerals so they can't escape into your system. We also create our own blockers through our habits. Drinking strong black tea right after a meal introduces tannins, specifically known to neutralize iron. When those tea tannins meet the iron from your beef stew, they bind together into a dark, heavy mass that your body cannot absorb. By eating beans that haven't been prepared correctly or drinking tea with our meals, we unintentionally prevent our bodies from getting the nutrients they need. However, we can use other nutrients to act as helpers. Certain vitamins can break those chemical bonds and release the trapped minerals. Vitamin C is a powerful helper for iron. It breaks that bond, freeing the iron so it can enter your blood. Having a glass of citrus or passion fruit juice with meat ensures you get the most iron possible. We also have vitamin D, which we get from standing in the sunlight. This vitamin acts as a guide, signaling your body to take calcium from your food and move it into your bones. Choosing which foods to eat together is about more than taste. It uses natural chemistry to ensure nutrients move from your stomach into your blood. When we fail to absorb these minerals, the physical results can be severe. This child is suffering from rickets, where the leg bones are so soft they actually bend. Other deficiencies show up as constant exhaustion from a lack of iron, or a swelling in the neck called a goiter, which happens when the body lacks iodine. Now let's look at that same plate of food from the start of the video. By applying what we've learned, we can make it much more nutritious. First, we can remove the blockers in the beans by soaking them in water for several hours before we start cooking. Next, we swap the black tea for a drink rich in vitamin C, like orange or passion fruit juice, to help our bodies take in the iron from the beef. Finally, we ensure that the salt we add to the stew is iodized salt, which provides the tiny amount of iodine our brains and thyroids need every day. Minerals are essential protectors for your health. By simply soaking your beans, adding a bit of vitamin C, and saving your tea for later, you can ensure your body gets every bit of nourishment on your plate.